Hello everyone and welcome to the next session of Core Java. In continuation with constructors, we will discuss about the concept which is related to constructors itself, which is constructor overloading. So first, let's understand what is constructor overloading. In a class, we can have multiple constructors defined at the same time, and this process is termed as constructor overloading. Now, why this constructor overloading is required? It may happen that many times object initialization is required to be done in different way. So basically, I'm creating object of same class. However, the parameters which I'm specifying are to be defined in a or specified in different ways. We know that constructor gets invoked at the time of object creation. So whenever I'm creating an object and I need to specify different parameters, different constructors will get invoked. So to have the object initialization to be done in different ways, we can make use of constructor overloading. So let's understand this through a code. So let's consider this particular class as container. So in this container class, I have three parameters which are width, length, and height. Now I'm defining a constructor where I'm going to initialize the data members with certain values where width is equal to 0, length is equal to 0, and height is equal to 0. So initial value, whichever I want. Right now I'm considering as 0, but initially you can have any value which can be considered. Now I want to assign same value to all the parameters of this particular container object. So double, say L is some variable which I'm passing, and width equal to length equal to height equal to L. So I'm passing this particular parameter. So the width, length, and height will have same value. Now what I have done is I have created two constructors. One constructor with no parameters and another constructor with one parameter. Let's create one more constructor over here. So container where I'm passing all three parameters, double width, double length, and double height. So I'm passing these three parameters over here and I'm assigning the values as this dot width equal to width, this dot length equal to length, and this dot height equal to height. So assigning the parameters. Then we will calculate volume of the container where double volume is a local variable which I am specifying over here. What I will do is width multiplied by length multiplied by height. This is the volume calculation, and I'm going to print this particular data as volume is. So I'm printing this value. Now one more point regarding local variable. We never make use of this keyword with local variables. So for this printing this volume variable, I'm not saying this dot volume, because the volume is a local variable. However, width, length and height are instance data members, global variables. Those can be accessed with this keyword. So always remember this particular point. So let's create a main class, container main. Now this class can be any name. I generally keep as whatever class and its main method. That's the point. So container, let's give it name as container1 equal to new container. Now here you can see that I'm getting 3 options for container. So container1 dot calculate volume, then container2 equal to new container, and I'm going to pass certain value, say 20. Then container2 dot calculate volume, container3 equal to new container, and now I'm going to pass 3 parameters to it. So say for example, so these are certain values, and container3 dot calculate volume, right? So what I'm going to do over here is I'm going to modify this container class a bit, where I will say that no arguments, one argument. This is just for our understanding. This is not a mandatory statement, but as we are understanding constructor overloading, I am adding these statements just to make it understand in a more clear way. So I am executing this particular code, and you can see over here that for the first object creation, obviously we know that constructor gets invoked whenever the object is created. So constructors are invoked in all these 3 object creation processes. Now first object creation, I have not passed any parameter. So you can see that no arguments. That means as this is printed on the console, so this constructor is invoked. I have passed one parameter. It is printed as one argument. That means this constructor is invoked. And when I have passed 3 parameters, this statement is printed on the console. That means this constructor is invoked, right? So that means what? In a class, we can have multiple constructors, and depending on whatever parameters we are passing, the constructors will be invoked. And a class which is having more than one constructor defined for itself, this concept is termed as constructor overloading. So what are the rules for implementing constructor overloading? I guess you might have understood so far through the code, but let's revise as whenever we need to implement constructor overloading, the number of parameters which we are passing to each constructor must be different, and the sequence of parameters which we are passing to the constructor must be different. So, by following these rules, we can implement constructor overloading in our classes. So, this is all about constructor overloading. Thank you.